Five Nights at Freddy's has always been known to be a pretty simple game. Considering after the first night you already know what to do, it's never really been that difficult once you got used to it. And lately I've been trying to make Five Nights at Freddy's a little more challenging for myself, so I thought why not play Five Nights at Freddy's completely upside down. What I'll try and do is beat at least 3 or 4 nights and see how difficult it truly is to play the game upside down. So, without further ado, let's try and beat Five Nights at Freddy's completely upside down. Well, here we are. Originally, I was going to use an iPhone to do this challenge, but I figured why not do the older version instead, since most of the time you guys seem to like when I use this older version. Anyways, no more stalling. Let's get into it. Alrighty, this should be fun. So like I said in the beginning, the main goal is to try and beat at least 3 or 4 nights. Okay, this is a lot weirder looking than I thought. So this should be quite interesting. We'll get to see every single one of the FNAF images completely upside down. I mean, have y'all ever seen Pirate's Cove look like this before? I didn't think so. Now, images like this actually look a lot more interesting upside down. Now, as you can see in the kitchen, there's a lot of silverware that's placed differently, so that's interesting. And would you look at that, Bonnie moved. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think he's standing right there. Anyways, I need to look at the rest of the camera angles. And there's Bonnie. Please go away. Now, I will say this, one reason I picked this version is because the nights actually go by a lot quicker, as I discovered in my last video. So that should definitely help me get through a lot of the nights quicker. I've been looking at the camera so little that Foxy appeared on night 1. I forgot that's even possible. And there's Chica over there. Bonnie is still not gone yet? I would have thought he would have moved by now, but apparently not. Finally, he moved. Alright, I'm running low on battery here, but I still think I'll be able to make it. And there we go, we made it. It went from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Well, at least the first night wasn't too difficult. But since I'll inevitably die, we'll get to see what a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare looks like upside down. That in and of itself should be pretty interesting. I keep hearing footsteps and I'm expecting an animatronic to come by any second now. Okay, well we did get the Freddy Easter egg, so that's pretty cool. It looks pretty creepy upside down actually. Anyways, this time I'll make sure to keep an eye on Foxy because he got out pretty quickly last time. You know, now that I think about it, I wonder what Freddy's jump scare looks like upside down, because I would like to hear the music and see how that would work. You know, it would be nice if I could read the rules upside down, but I can't. Of course, at the end, I'm gonna have to try 420 mode, just to really see how good I am at this. And there's Bonnie. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I remember when people would argue over whether Chica was a chicken or a duck. Okay, I'm running low on power, so I'm just gonna try and stay here and see if I survive. Alright, sweet. Okay, now this is the night where I expect things to get a lot more challenging. I admit I've been using the camera too much throughout the first and second night, so I'll probably try to chill out this time around. But I can't help but look at all the cameras upside down. I just think it looks really interesting. Well, let's see what this jump scare looks like. Actually, I think that was better than the original. And as you can see, the door is wide open for us to leave. Alright, I don't want to give up that fast. We gotta do at least night 3. I literally just opened up the night and Foxy is already out. So that means I should probably keep a closer eye on him this night. But on the bright side, the gang is all here. Now, I'll be honest, I wish I had the ability to read things in reverse, because I would love to pronounce this in reverse. Well, it looks like I didn't keep an eye on Foxy enough. Though weirdly, all of the animatronics are still at their normal spot, and of course, as soon as I say that, they move. But anyways, recently I've been going to Five Below, and I keep seeing this Celebrate sign. I've been wanting to buy it, but I've just been holding it off. But the fact that this poster actually exists in real life is so cool to me. The only 2 pieces of FNAF merch I own are those 2 plushies and I think a poster, but I'm pretty sure I threw away the poster a long time ago. Another thing I used to own actually was a shirt. I think it was when I was in elementary school. I had originally played the Five Nights at Freddy's games when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. Those were some pretty good times. I haven't really played a new Five Nights at Freddy's game since Sister Location, to be honest. But I still like to play the old games every now and again. But I'd like to have a lot more challenge with it. That's kind of why I'm playing it upside down right now. I just think it makes the game a lot more interesting. And Freddy just moved. I will say, I do like the way Bonnie looks in this picture. But I really don't want Foxy to come out and kill me, so I gotta make sure I keep an eye on him. Now I'm just waiting for Freddy to go in the women's bathroom and then everything will be good. I think people used to make theories about Freddy being in the women's bathroom, like suggesting he might be a girl instead of a boy. I think Five Nights at Freddy's theories were just a lot more wild back then. Yes, we beat the night. Now if I somehow survive this night, I'll be very surprised. But I really don't think I'm gonna survive this one. But like I said, I'll make sure to try 420 mode just to see how well I do on that. And of course, Foxy is already out. I guess that's what I get for not keeping an eye on him, but it's whatever. I will say Five Nights at Freddy's has that nostalgia to it. It just reminds me of being a kid and doing nothing but playing these games and watching YouTube videos about the game all the time. I kind of wish I could go back to those times, you know? But you know, it's whatever. And there's Freddy. I keep forgetting to not use the camera because the power keeps going down, but I just can't help myself. Thinking about it now, I can imagine the Celebrate poster in other regions is actually spelled just like this. And there's Foxy. And I pressed the wrong button on the wrong door. It's whatever. As I promised, we're gonna try doing 420 mode. This should probably be fun. Alright, that took long enough, but let's get to it. Alright, first thing, go straight to Foxy. Actually, I haven't done 420 mode in a really long time, so I don't really remember how to do it, but I'll just try anyway. And of course, I died in like 15 seconds. Well, I guess I'll go back and beat Night 4 then. Honestly, now that I tried it, I wonder if 420 mode is actually possible upside down. It sounds insanely difficult, but I have to imagine somebody could do it. But most of the time, people are playing on PCs anyway, and unless you have one of those monitors that can turn any way at once, there's probably not going to be that many people trying to do it. Okay, so the strategy for the most part at this point is just keeping an eye on the lights and checking out Foxy. Obviously, I'm going to have to check on Freddy every now and again, but for the most part, I just keep an eye on Foxy just so he doesn't leave his spot. But so far, we're on WA2, so that's pretty good. And thankfully, we are also at 75%, so that's nice. And there's Bonnie again. Hopefully this time he actually leaves really quickly. For some reason Bonnie always likes to stay forever. And it's really dang annoying, not gonna lie. And of course I didn't keep an eye on Foxy. Yeah, unfortunately Bonnie is making me lose a lot of power. Yes, he left. But I also heard Freddy move, so that's not good. It's kinda hard to tell where Freddy is with it being upside down, to be honest. Because to be honest, seeing Freddy even when it's not upside down is difficult by itself. Like this camera, I can't tell if Freddy is there or not. I'm pretty sure this older version makes it harder to see the animatronics anyways. But on the bright side, we are on 5 AM, so we might be able to beat the night. I might try this challenge with Five Nights at Freddy's 2, since I'm a lot better at that game than I am this game. And plus, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is my favorite FNAF game, so I'll think about doing that. Yes, I beat the night. As you can see, it's WA9. Alright, so this is going to be the final night I try and beat. If I don't beat this night, then I'm pretty satisfied. I'm surprised I even beat 4 nights, to be honest with you. And would you look at that, Foxy is already out. So for this night, I need to really pay attention if I want to survive. And would you look at that, I died right away. Okay, I'm gonna try beating it again since I only lasted like 20 seconds. I do really need to focus this time around. And would you look at that, Chica is already gone. And it looks like the rest of the gang is too. Alright, luckily this time I caught Chica. But Freddy, on the other hand, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this night. Honestly, the most difficult thing about this game is usually Freddy. I feel like the other animatronics are pretty easy to keep an eye on, but Freddy is so mysterious, he kind of lurks in the shadows, so it's kind of difficult to keep an eye on him all the time. But one thing is for sure, keep an eye on Foxy. I keep hearing footsteps, so I assume that they're gonna come to the doors, but then I'll constantly check the lights and they're never there. And now Bonnie is here. Okay, I think I just heard Freddy, but I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. I'm actually surprised I was able to find him so easily. But on the bright side, Bonnie is gone, so that's good. And there's Chica. And unfortunately, both animatronics are at the doors now, so this isn't good. Well, I'm probably gonna die because I'll lose power. But at the same time, we're at 4 AM, so we are pretty close. But unfortunately, with Chica standing here, I don't think I'm gonna make it. But now I have no idea where Freddy is anyways. Well, since we're gonna die anyway, we might as well see what it looks like when the power is out. And there's still kitchen noises, apparently. Wow, that jump scare lasted like not even a second. Well guys, it looks like we officially failed night 5. Alright, one more thing I want to do is try the Golden Freddy jump scare upside down, see what that looks like. Well, that's pretty much the end of the video now. I hope you guys found this challenge somewhat enjoyable. I know I certainly did. But anyways, it's time for a shout out for my members. Thank you guys so much for being members. And shout out to Baird5749 for making this piece of fan art. Heavily appreciate it, my dude. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Of course, if you want to send me any fan art, then just tag me on YouTube or add me on Discord and I'll happily add you. But anyways, that's about it. Goodbye.